Welcome to Anime Reviewed. Today we are going to cover the series named War God System, I Am Counting on You. Make sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to see great shows from all over the world for free. Let's begin. The anime starts when an old man visits a boy named An Lin who is celebrating his birthday alone in front of his mother's picture, who died in an accident. The old man tries to intimidate An Lin at first, but soon takes him to the barrier between the spiritual and the mortal world, where he offers An Lin great power as he is compatible with it. Despite An Lin's protest, he gives him the power and a recommendation letter so that he can join the world's best magic academy even without any cultivation skills. The old man leaves, and soon a sudden surge of energy activates. An Lin's skill asks him to absorb that energy, but when An Lin does, a girl appears and lands over him. She introduces herself as Shaolin of the Vermilion Bird Sect and takes An Lin to the spiritual world where the aptitude test is already being held. The aptitude test tells the students about their ranking and cultivation skills, but soon when it's An Lin's turn, one of the professors named Mingyuan claims that An Lin will bring miracles to the academy, which provides hype to the crowd. When An Lin's aptitude test comes out, they get disappointed, as even though he got assigned to Class 1, his rank turns out to be 0, that triggers the crowd and they call him names. One of the Class 1 students, named Wei Ji, challenges An Lin, but Shaolin comes to his rescue and takes him away. At the dormitory, the system informs An Lin about his cultivation level and how he can increase it. The first task turns out to be 10 push-ups, but soon it becomes impossible to do as the system tells him to do 10 billion push-ups. An Lin decides to take some fresh air and meet up with Shaolin when someone attacks him from behind, but An Lin can counter him through his spiritual powers. The person turns out to be Liu Dabao, one of the students that showed resentment towards him during the aptitude ceremony. Dabao launches an attack, but Shaolin comes to An Lin's rescue and saves him. While they fight, they hear the real Dabao at the entrance of An Lin's house and realize that the person attacking them is someone else. However, the duo can overpower him, but the imposter manages to run away. The duo contacts their teacher, who finds An Lin's situation amusing and even congratulates him for getting enemies, which makes Shaolin also claims that she envies him. The next day, while going to school, Lin realizes that everyone around him hates him because he's perceived as weak, so he decides to work hard in class to prove everyone wrong. However, things don't go as planned when he struggles to understand his teacher's teaching methods, which only makes him feel more discouraged as others are understanding their professors. Adding to his frustration, some of his teachers don't even appear in their human form, making it even harder for him to engage in class. One particularly strange experience happens when Miss Yuying encourages the class to play a mobile game in their mortal class, which An Lin finds pointless and absurd. I want this kind of class as well. The whole class engages in their activities while he struggles to understand the purpose of this class. However, the most absurd experience An Lin has is with the Mingyuan instructor, who instead of giving a traditional lecture, encourages the students to fall asleep so they could analyze their dreams further in the next class. Lin dozes off while hearing his teacher claim that he will face a bloodbath when he wakes up. Shaolin wakes up An Lin to tell him that they are now in another class, while Miss Yuying instructs him to have a training fight with the class monitor, Cheng. Shaolin disapproves of the battle as An Lin's cultivation level is much lower than Cheng's. However, as the teacher doesn't listen to Shaolin, she decides to attack Cheng with fireballs anyway. Despite Shaolin's efforts, Cheng easily blocks her attacks and uses a spirit formation to contain them. Lin realizes that she is at a disadvantage and decides to interrupt the battle. Suddenly, An Lin unleashes a strange power that elevates him to a higher realm, and he tries to attack Cheng with a flying punch. But Cheng dodges it and binds them with spirit chains. Cheng tries to use the pressure of the formation to defeat An Lin, but his attack misses because An Lin missed his previous strike on purpose to hit the weak point of the formation. This results in An Lin increasing his cultivation level to the 4th stage. Soon their battle ends, and Cheng asks An Lin if he can be of any help. Excited about his progress, An Lin immediately asks for 130 spirit stones to complete his next system quest to reach the 5th stage. Cheng, impressed with his progress, gives him 5,000 spirit stones instead, as they are used as money in the spirit world. The next day, the system informs An Lin about the battle for freedom, a survival competition that he cannot refuse as it is considered a special mission. To complete it, An Lin must reach the top 50, or he will be transformed into a girl for a year. At night, while dreaming, he watches himself being transformed into a girl, which frightens him, and he wakes up. Lin focuses on improving his cultivation by absorbing spiritual stones and manages to reach the 7th stage. However, as he is still too weak to quickly reach the top 50, and Lin even asks his friends if he turns into a girl would they still be friends with him, that leads his friends to make fun of him. Desperately requesting the system for other quests and ways to improve as he fears being transformed into a girl, the war god system tries to hypnotize him to accept his faith, but when An Lin insists, the system informs him that he can increase his cultivation by defeating a cultivator of the 9th stage or higher. He decides to first ask Xiaolin to let him win a fight, but as Xiaolin appreciates him for his skills, An Lin ends up asking for Mountain Pill Essence to cultivate the powerful Mountain Quacking Fist and to give him information about his opponents in the Battle for Freedom competition. Lin then tries to ask Cheng about it, but he only agrees to tell him his weaknesses instead. Feeling discouraged, An Lin plucks up the courage to ask Xiaolin to let him sneak attack her, hoping to increase his cultivation. However, Xiaolin misunderstands his intentions because of previous encounters and thinks he is trying to confess his love to her, causing her to leave before he can clarify. The next day, Xiaolin tries to run from An Lin, but he attacks her from behind and ends up touching her somewhere else, which makes Xiaolin embarrassed, making her run away, but she still throws An Lin the Mountain Pill Essence and the copy of the information he asked for. Embarrassed by the situation, An Lin visits Cheng to cry on his shoulders and explain the situation. At An Lin's house, he eats the pill meant to cleanse his body of impurities, unaware of the consequences that cause him severe pain. The system informs him that he will have to suffer severe diarrhea for the next 13 days, even though the competition is in 10 days, while Xiaolin waits for him at night to come and apologize. The next day, as An Lin doesn't attend school, several rumors start to spread that make Cheng visit him, who thinks that a demon is haunting An Lin, so he decides to use his power to help him. Cheng's power helps An Lin as the timer shows progress, but also leads An Lin to face the worst nightmare of his life. Due to Cheng's help, An Lin detoxifies the timer speeds, leading to the lesser time when the competition day arrives. Xiaolin gets frustrated with An Lin as he doesn't bother to talk with her, and she watches him from afar. While still suffering from the repercussions of the mountain pill, an observer named Dabai sniffs him and uses his powers to ease An Lin's pain. Soon, the great elder Yuehua informs all the students about the rules and regulations of the competition, that their rank depends on how many opponents they defeat, and also provides all of them with golden light that will teleport them to safety when they take a certain amount of damage. After the elder's speech, the competition starts, which teleports all of the students to the training ground where everyone faces their respective opponents. Lin lands with Dabao, who gets afraid of An Lin's ranking, while An Lin asks for toilet paper and leaves. An Lin got his priorities straight. As An Lin tries to hide from the competitors, a group of students find him and fight each other to be the one to take down An Lin. Soon An Lin's detoxification ends, which leads him to learn a new skill that he uses to fight off those students, which increases his ranking. The system informs An Lin that even though his rank has improved, he won't be able to finish the game in the top 50, which will eventually lead him to be a girl for a year. And Lin asks the system for more quests that tell him to reach the Black Mountain to absorb its energy. Meanwhile, Dabao comes looking for An Lin's help and takes him to where all the weak students are hiding and asks An Lin to take them down, as now they believe An Lin is their only hope to get them out of this place without getting hurt. Lin appreciates their gesture and leads the students to the waiting area. As An Lin tries to hide from a powerful player nearby, he gets attacked, but his pursuer is killed by a girl named Liu Qianhuan, the #1 god of killing. Liu asks An Lin to play a game with her if he values his life, which leads Liu to ask some questions about An Lin at a given time and become the first member of the Liu Club. Soon both of them sit and enjoy their leisure time while Liu keeps on asking him various questions, but as they talk, Liu tells him that she can tell if someone is lying and asks what his life goal is. Lin gives his response by saying that he wants to be the better of both places, the mortal world and the spiritual world, and wants to be the change that everyone needs. This impresses Liu, who decides to accompany An Lin till the competition ends, and Lin asks Liu to go to Black Rock Peak where they can easily enjoy their game, and An Lin can also use this time to absorb its energy to learn a new skill. On the other side of the battlefield, Xiaolin tries to find An Lin, while Dabai informs her that An Lin is in great danger as he is suffering from severe diarrhea that clarifies to Xiaolin why An Lin didn't come to see her. As they talk, they get attacked by Wei, and both of them try to fight against him. Meanwhile, Liu and An Lin reach the peak where they encounter Chen, who informs An Lin that he was waiting for him and leaves. As Shaolin and Dabby fight against Wei, Shaolin realizes that Wei was the one that attacked An Lin on the first night, but both of them make their escape as other pursuers join their fight. At the peak, after Liu and An Lin's games, Liu informs An Lin that she knows that he had been lying to her, but the system informs An Lin that it's because he is absorbing the Earth's energy. Although he tries to explain, Liu still calls out her weapon and prepare herself to attack him. That's all for today. What do you think is going to happen? Will An Lin be able to win against Liu? Who is the mysterious guy Chen, and what does he want with An Lin? If you want the second part, let us know in the comment below. Thank you so much for staying until the end. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.